I'm doing these in real time, guys. I'm sorry. Going from 3.8 months to 12.5 months of supply in Collier County. I'm speechless on that. I'm lost. I'm lost for words. 12.5 months of inventory. Welcome back, guys. So I have the most recent numbers for condo and townhome sales in the state of Florida, and man, it is ugly. There are so many listings hitting the market. It's unbelievable. Some areas of the state are seeing condo and townhome inventory increases of over 200% year over year. And even that's bad because last year they were up 100%. So it's just compounding at this point. And it's a trend that's growing not just in Southwest Florida, not just in Southeast Florida, it's starting to occur across the entire state. So I want to take a look at these numbers today because I think some of them are really going to blow your mind. So I'm going to run through this kind of quick because I want to cover a large area of mostly the south of the state. Might jump into Orlando as well. But starting off here, these numbers all come from the Florida Realtors. This is published at the end of every month. This reflects May's numbers. So we'll have to wait till July to get June's. But I mean, these are kind of crazy to see right now. As you can see off the bat, closed sales for the entire state, townhomes and condos down 8% year over year during what is basically our strong season. So that's interesting to see a 10% drop in sales statewide. Median sales price and average sales price holding up, still up year over year, 1.5% and 3.1% respectively. Not huge jumps. We've seen huge jumps in some areas. Our dollar volume is down statewide. But what do you really want to know how many more listings are there? Well, we went from 32,000 listings last year to 61,000 statewide this year. That's a 91% increase. And that's an enormous number, guys, but that one's small compared to what other things I will show you. Like 91% doesn't even faze me anymore. That just seems normal. I've been seeing this for a year, but some of the other areas are nuts. That brings our month's supply of inventory up 100% from last year, from 3.6 months supply to 7.2 months supply. The entire state of Florida for May is in a buyer's market for condos and townhomes. And it's like, what's that saying? Supply is low until it's not, and it's not. Before we jump down in the counties, I will show you just briefly, guys, median sales price still pretty stable here. It has not really jumped very much since the peak of 2022, but it's still stable. So are we going to see these massive inventory increases start to push this down going forward? We'll have to see. Kicking off the counties, I want to start with Sarasota because they finally split Sarasota off from Manatee County. Now we have two. So they used to combine Manatee and Sarasota, and it was a joke. But now we just have Sarasota County stats, which I'm a big fan of. Their sales down 4.1%, paid in cash down 10.3%. Nothing too major. Median sales price in Sarasota, condos and townhomes down almost 10% year over year. That's big. Average sales price down 6.1%. Their inventory went from 1,073 listings last year to 2,010, an 87% increase, guys. That's going to bring your months of supply to 6.3. People will call that a balanced market. I will argue it's a buyer's market, especially with the conditions that we're seeing here. Went from 3.5 to 6.3, an 80% increase in Sarasota. Now on Sarasota's median sales price, this is interesting. Look at that. Look at this giant spike November, December, just the previous 6 months, and we're back on the trail down. So you got to take a look at the long-term trends. I'd still argue that this is pretty stable, but this may be the beginning of a decline for Sarasota County. Let's switch it up. What's going on in Miami-Dade? They broke Miami-Dade out. They broke all these out better now. I like this. Miami-Dade, condos and townhome sales down 5.6%. We're starting to see a trend here, guys. Sales down, sales down, sales down year over year. Paid in cash down 13.5% as well. What is their inventory looking like? It has gone from 6,313 to 9,456, a 49% increase. Actually, not that drastic compared to some of the other numbers we're seeing, but a 50% increase in inventory historically, guys, is crazy. That's catastrophically large, but our other ones are so massive that this looks like it's not a big deal, but it really is. Because if you look at their months of supply, 68% increase going from 5.1 last year to 8.6. That is a solid hardcore buyer's market at that rate. Though, with that being said, median sales price up 2.4% year over year, average sales price up 1.7% year over year. And in Miami, the median sales price is pretty stable again. We're still seeing stabilization. So then they had high inventory last year, guys. They had 5.1 months of inventory last year. So I would have expected to see a little more of a push down pricing-wise, median sales price at least, just even with the cost of everything. But they're still, Miami-Dade still holding stable. While we're on the East Coast, what's going on in Palm Beach County? Sales down 13.8%. Yikes. Paid in cash down 14.9%. We're seeing this everywhere here in South Florida. But median sales price up 7.9% and average following the exact same 7.9% year over year. So what is their inventory looking like? Their inventory went from 3,669 listings to 6,618, an 80% increase in Palm Beach County, bringing the months of supply up to 7 months again. Another buyer's market, that's up almost 90% from the previous year where it sat at 3.7. These are massive inventory, number of listings jumps, like this is crazy. Active inventory is going through the roof across South Florida and the state as a whole. And I'll be damned, in Palm Beach County, they're actually up. This is an upward trend, guys. They surpassed their 2022 median sales price here. If you take a look in May, wow. So that's interesting, you know, and it comes down to, do people just not know that there's this many options, or what type of options are out there? I'm not very familiar with Palm Beach County. If you guys want to weigh in the comments, let me know why you think that this is. All right, now the big boy, Naples area, Collier County sales also down 13% year over year. Cash sales down 12%. Median sales price barely moving 1.4%. Average sales price up 4.5%. Look at Collier County's inventory, guys. It went from 1,601 listings to 4,867, a 204% increase in Collier County year over year. That's mind-blowing. That's insane. You would think I made that up. Like, that's something I put in the thumbnail. Like, wow, that's crazy. And their month supply following suit, 228% increase, going from, oh my God, I'm doing these in real time, guys. I'm sorry, going from 3.8 months to 12.5 months of supply in Collier County. I'm gonna tell people, this is the kind of stuff that I think I'm gonna tell people about like years from now, like 10 years from now. I'm like, back in my day, youngster, we went 4x the inventory in 1 year. Like, I'm speechless on that. I'm lost. I'm lost for words. 12.5 months of inventory. I can't let that one slide, guys. I got to go to the Sunstats charts. Again, Florida Realtors, pull what did 2008 look like? All right, let's take a look at the past 16 years. Still not as high in Collier County for townhomes and condos. They were at 8,000 listings in 2008. They are at 4,867, but good Lord, look at this line, this trajectory. If this keeps going, we could be here in another year. If this doubles again next year, we're gonna be at 2008 levels. I gotta look at months supply of inventory. Oh my God, they had 34 months supply of inventory in January of 2009. Wow, here I am thinking, I'm like, wow, these are record-setting numbers. I guess not. As you guys know, I wasn't in the business back then. I didn't get in until 2015. Almost coming up on 10 years, but wow. 35 months of inventory in 2009. We are at 12. I guess we got a ways to go. 12 sounds catastrophic to me. It's the highest it's been since 2012. The highest supply of inventory of townhomes and condos in Collier County in 12 years. And it's still not as catastrophic as it was back then. That's crazy. But when you see numbers like that, guys, I got to show you the bigger picture, because it's easy for me to say and react the way I did. But when I look at it this way, it's like, oh my God, well, we still got a long ways to go. But I mean, I think that's pretty serious right now. Let's start heading north. Lee County, what are we looking like? Lee County sees closed sales increase 2.7%. Good for you, Lee County. But their median sales price and their average sales price both down. Median sales price 6.7%. So we're sales up here and prices down. What do we got here inventory wise? Yikes. 8,150 townhomes and condos available in Lee County. Wow. That's up from 4,458, an 82% increase. My Lord. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. 77% increase on the months of supply, going from 4 months to 7 months year over year. Sorry, I purpled everything out there, guys. Ooh, I keep hitting buttons. Now, the median sales price, Lee County, the first place we're seeing meaningful declines. This is down from the peak. It has kind of stabilized, but it looks like it is potentially going to drop further. And we'll see how it stacks up to other places, guys. Don't go anywhere. I still got Orlando. I still got the Tampa area. We got a couple more to do. All right, let's head up to the Tampa area. They have broken out Hillsborough, Pinellas. Finally, they've split these apart. This is great. This is good data to have. What's going on in Hillsborough? Townhome condo sales down 3%, paid in cash up 5.5%. Wow, we've got, and guys, Tampa's always been hot. Median sales price up 3.4%, average sales price up 30% to $500,000. Now, that's an easily skewable number, but again, Tampa's been pretty tight, but like I said, everywhere else, till it's not. Their month supply of inventory was only 1.7 months last year. Now it's 4.1. That's a massive increase of 142% year over year. That's mind-blowing. Their listings are up 120%, going from 747 to 1,649. And median sales price in Hillsborough County does seem to be on a slight uptick, but they've been so constricted as far as Southwest Florida goes or West Florida goes. They have had the tightest supply of anywhere for the previous couple of years, and you guys kind of know why that is. It's a major city. Tampa's located there. There's more jobs, there's more industry, there's more to do. Going to be more demand than somewhere like Southwest Florida or even parts of the East Coast. And I have to look at that average sales price since it's up 30%. Look, guys, it's an anomaly. A couple of high market stuff sold, so people may come out and say, hey, rush to buy condos and townhomes in the Hillsborough area because prices are up 30% on average year over year. Yeah, but they weren't last month. Look, it's 1 or 2 months this has happened. These are anomalies. You have to dive into this data and really know what's going on. All right, what's going on in their neighbor Pinellas? This is your Clearwater area. Sales down of condos and townhomes, 13.6%. Guys, this is the trend all over the state. Sales of these things are dropping quickly while we're listing more and more and more and more. The demand is falling for obvious reasons, and the supply is absolutely skyrocketing. Paid in cash down 9.9%. They saw a fall in their median sales price of 1% year over year, average sales price up 7.3%, but we will take a look at that. Their pending inventory is down, so their sales that went under contract are down almost 20%. Active listings up 87%, hitting 3,576. Month supply 93%, going from 3.1 to 6.0. Now, Pinellas has been tight as well. That's a huge jump. That's a balanced market in Pinellas. We're not over in Hillsborough, still kind of tight at 4.7. That's a seller's market, guys, but this is more balanced. I'd argue a buyer's market. I believe Hillsborough is headed in that direction from the trends we're seeing as well. Median sales price for Pinellas, nothing to write home about, pretty stable. Average sales price, however, consistently going up. Definitely slightly up from its peak of 2022, but there were months there where it was rocking really high. September, October, November, December, which is very strange to me because fall is usually not our strongest selling season, but I have seen big price increases come in the fall of 2023, only to be shot back down in the height of our selling season, and obviously that's because of the inventory increases. So things were still kind of tight there, September, October, November, December. Your average sales price is pretty high, and then supply explodes for the selling season, and look, prices stabilize. Back to the other side of the state, let's hit Broward. Same trend everywhere, guys. Sales down 12%. Paid in cash down 15%, slight median sales price increase, slight average sales price increase year over year. I guess, 5.5% median sales price increase year over year is not slight, but when you're looking at the huge numbers I am, it seems small because when you look at their inventory increase, up 101% in Broward County, going to 8,860 listings, with the months of supply up 123%, going from 3.4 to 7.6. So when you see these places that just last month were 3.4, a few months ago were in the 2s like Tampa, and now they are exploding this rapidly up into the 6, the 7s, 12 like Naples. That kind of shows you where the trend's going here, guys, because summer is not our super strong season for selling condos and townhomes down here. Traditionally, the fall isn't either, but that last fall was pretty good. So we'll see how it shakes out. But if it keeps growing like this, I think it seems that the inventory rise has at least stopped price growth for townhomes and condos in most of these areas and statewide right now to the degree that it was. It's very minuscule year over year, but it has not caused meaningful declines except in a few small areas like Cape Coral and the Lee County area saw some slight declines. And you can see that in their median sales price. It is still slightly over the peak. It's still slightly over the peak. So it hasn't seen the previous years. You can see this kind of skyrocket and just go crazy. We've stopped that. The inventory is seen to have prevented that from to continue occurring. But any given month, we're slightly over the all-time highs in some of these counties or slightly under. All right, let's shoot back to my coast. We'll hit Charlotte County, then we'll do Orlando. Charlotte County closed sales up 41%. You know what that means, guys. When we've seen sales go up, Median sales price down 18.5%, average sales price down 18.6%. Catastrophic drops. No way about it. No, there's no other way around it. And that's what I'm seeing down here. Yow, almost 20% clips, and this is not the first month that has happened, guys. I'm going to take a look at the median and the average for you over the long trend. But, man, even with an increase of sales of 41%, we still have 110% more active listings than we did the previous year at 915 total listings, bringing us to a 10.2 month supply, only beat out by Collier County at this point of all the areas I've showed you. Collier and Charlotte, of what we looked at, are the hardest hit right now. Even last year it was bad. 5.6 months of inventory, still jumps to 10.2. That's rough, and that's with our sales skyrocketing because our prices are dropping. So when people see a 20% price drop in Charlotte County and they're looking for a condo in Florida and they're like, all right, I can be kind of close to the water. They're going, I'll save 20% if I go to Charlotte County because they have one of the worst hit inventory areas. That should start to occur in Collier, but there's a different type of buyer down there, so we will see. There is a floor to this, guys. There's a floor to where that's going to go and people are just going to come in and buy. And in Charlotte County, with our sales jumping 40% because our prices are down 20%, that might be the floor. And here we are on the median sales price for Charlotte County. This is meaningful decline, guys. Meaningful decline. You can see from 2022, it is down. I can't tell you exactly considerably. I'd have to dive into the numbers, but it's not above our peaks. We did go above our peak last July, it looks like. Is this July going to do it again? I don't know. We've been lower than this on median sales price before, but you can see it's sort of on the downtrend. Just to illustrate, our listings were 400 in January 2020. Now we are at 800. So we have doubled that quite easily and way past pre-pandemic levels. All right, what is going on in Orange County? This is your Orlando area. Sales only down 1.5%. That's actually not bad. We only saw one other place where they rose. That's probably the slightest decrease we've seen. Paid in cash down 7.4%. Average sales price up 6.4%. Median sales price up 11%. Gonna have to take a look at that. But these are kind of low, actually. Like in May of 2023, 260,000 was the median sales price. Now it's 290. Compared to some other areas of the state, that's still not that bad with the price growth we've seen elsewhere. But their inventory of active listings is up 117%, sitting at 1,671 from 769 last year. Supply still kind of tight. So even though the supply, which has been very low up there, is up 131%, it's still only 4.4 months of supply, and that is still a seller's market, guys. So that would explain some of the stronger price growth we've seen here. It was almost non-existent last year at 1.9. Now it's 4.4. This is the trend we saw statewide. This is the trend we saw across every one of these counties where it was 1 month of inventory, then it was 2 months, then it was 4, then all of a sudden it was 8. So we'll see what happens in Orange County as well. And yes, median sales price there looks like it's still up slightly. It's staying stable at the very least. But that's when people tell you, oh, we've only got 3 months of inventory. Oh, we've only got 4 months of inventory. Right now we do. But look how fast things have changed in just a year. Some places in just a couple of months, it didn't even take a year. I mean, when we saw that arc at Collier County in the past couple of months of inventory of listings, that's crazy, guys. So don't let anybody tell you, oh, it's 3 months inventory right now. It's never going to change. It can change very quickly. In the timeline of real estate sales, a year is not a very long time. So to see all this here in the middle of 2024, when we have all of the obstacles that condos and townhomes face, what is it going to look like when I come back here in May of 2025? And obviously I will go back and look, but these numbers are unbelievable to me. Now, looking at 2008 numbers, yeah, they don't blow my mind. When I first saw 12 months of inventory in Collier, I almost fell over in my chair. But seeing that it was 33 months in 2008 brings me down a little bit, but it's still not a good sign. So we'll keep on it. We'll see where it goes from here. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.